Hello, my name's John Price from Kenton Electronics, and today I want to explain the workings of the LFO that's built into the Pro-Solo and our other products. They all work much the same. So with the Pro-Solo, the functions or the parameters that actually relate to the LFO are parameters 30, 31, 32, 33 and 34, which are LFO rate, that's how fast it goes, LFO wave shape, again self-explanatory, LFO MIDI sync, which can either be off or can actually be a value between 1 and I think 96. You've got the LFO sync start point, which I'll explain later, and key on resets LFO wave. So in order to be able to hear what's happening with the LFO, I've got an SH101. I'll just play a note on it and I'll sustain it so that you can hear what's happening with the LFO. I'll now put up the mod wheel, that's the MIDI mod wheel, so I'll turn it on so the LFO's running. I'm going to go to parameter 30 so that you can hear the change. Parameter 30, it comes up by default with if you press the select button you get a value of 80, which is, it doesn't really mean anything, it's just a speed. So as you can hear, you can change the speed of it up and down. So we've got a value of 104 there, which is faster. I'll put it back to 80 because that's a kind of usable speed. The next parameter is 31, which gives you the wave shape. I've got triangle, that was what we're on already. We've got sawtooth up, so that's a sawtooth wave starting a minimum value at the beginning of the wave. Sawtooth down goes the opposite way. You've got 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% and 50% square waves, and you've also got a sample and hold, which is just random notes. So if I go back to sawtooth down, because it's quite good for demonstration purposes, I'll now go to parameter 32 for the MIDI sync. Press the select button, it says off, and change that to a value. For now I'll change it to 24. It doesn't do anything at this stage because the drum machine's not running, but as soon as I start the drum machine you'll hear the sync happening. So you can hear the drum machine running in the background, and it's 24 because it's 24, MIDI has 24 clocks per quarter note, and that's a divide value of 24, so it divides the MIDI clock by 24 and effectively gives you one LFO wave per quarter note. So, and as you can hear, that's what's happening. You're getting the sawtooth down starting with every clock hit. If I stop the drum machine, it will continue to run at the same speed, it will free run. It's not actually converting the clock as such, so it doesn't stop the output, it's an LFO, you're just syncing it, which means that while it's got a sync signal, it will use that to synchronise it, but if the sync signal stops, it will just carry on at the same rate as it was before. So if I now change that 24 down to 12 and restart the drum machine, you'll get quavers because you've divided the 24 MIDI clocks by 12. That gives you 2, so you get two clocks per quarter note. So here you've got double the speed now, and again if I stop, well, I can actually do this on the fly I think. Maybe not. I don't think that's too easy to hear really. It is semi-quavers actually. It's easier to hear on the sample and hold, that particular one. So you've got the, I'll go back to the sawtooth down and sync speed, go back to 12, 24. Again, we're in sync. If you change these values of the, particularly the MIDI sync value, you've got to restart the drum machine. What you can change on the fly is the LFO sync start point. So if we go to 33, at the moment we've got the wave shape is starting on each beat. But if you offset it, so I'm on parameter 33, the default value is 0, so it is on the beat. But if I set that to say 128, bear with me till we get there. So now it's on the, it's shifted so that it's just off the beat now. And again, if I go back to 2-5 and then to 0, we're back on the beat again. That gives you the synchronisation ability to move the wave shape around relative to the actual clock. Also, you can have the not so relevant to the synchronise section. You can have key on resets the wave, so you actually get the start of a wave instead of it being synced to the MIDI. It's actually being reset when you actually play a note on the keyboard, which can be a useful effect. It's not really usable with the MIDI sync because that will override it, but you can use it when the oscillators or the LFOs are running. That sort of gives you a rundown of the LFO built into the Pro-Solo. Thank you for watching.